Okay, so I was trying to figure out for the longest time how I'm going to record this video, and I finally figured out a way. Again, forgive me for taking so long trying to figure out how to make this video. But again, this video is just going to be a tier list, me breaking down the characters, where I ranked them. Some of y'all might disagree with me, and that is perfectly fine. This is just my opinion and how I feel about the characters. So again, bear with me. This video might be a little lengthy too, so again, forgive me. But pretty much, let's just start from the top and work our way to the bottom. And the first character we got on the list is Little Fox. Now, Lil Fox, when he first dropped, he was a cool character. He's unique and he added blind defense. So originally, Lil Fox used to be good, but now I think he's in such a weird state, especially with characters like Glue and with Sydney getting a new P6, getting blind defense. I'm giving him C tier. He's just not as good as he used to be. They nerfed his offense. His defense is solid, but it's not the best. I do think they could slightly buff his defense, but that's a story for a different day, whole separate video, whatever. So yeah, I got him as C tier again. I do wish they could buff him slightly, but again, nothing crazy. So he's at C tier. Also, Lulu's also at C tier for me. Again, I forgot to label these. I'm so sorry, but pretty much C tier is like they can use work. B tier is solid, but there's better options. A tier, good in today's meta, and S tier, meta, hard to label them. And D tier, just absolutely terrible. But I got Lulu as a C tier. Again, I probably would have raised her a little bit higher, but the only thing that's really holding her back for me is her P5 move. Her P5 move is terrible, where she just spins. What is it called? Kind of like box out master. I could be absolutely wrong, but I do think her P5 move could get reworked slash buffed. I do hope for her P6 because she is the next P6 character. I do hope they give her something good to give her a little more power. But as of right now, I do think she is a C tier. She is, again, overall a cool, solid character. Low key underrated, but she's only C tier for me. Same thing with Noah. Noah is all over the place. He is a fun character though, but his whole kit is absolutely weird, and I do think they need to rework it. But overall, Noah is a cool character to play with if you have the time to build Noah. He's a cool character. Like I use him. I do think he's a cool character, but overall Noah could use a rework too. So yeah, Noah's a C tier for me. I do think they could rework his kit, like his dribbling moves and everything, but as of right now, he's a C tier for me. Hal's obviously S tier. Hal's a very good center, very good defense, offense. He's very good at defensive rebounds. Only thing that's really holding him back for me calling him the best center is his shooting. But in that, he's a perfect center minus shooting. So Hal's pretty good in today's meta. Now Jimmy's B tier for me. Jimmy used to be a meta character, but a lot of people stopped using him. I think it's when they nerfed him, but his nerf wasn't even really that bad. So I really don't understand why people don't use him, especially in 3-3 ranked. Now the only reason I got him up here too, let me be honest with y'all. Only reason I'm gonna B tier is because of his skills. His skills, you can't even block you. But other than that, I would even put him in C tier because his defense is good and his rebound is pretty high. I still feel like his P6 moves were terrible low key. Again, I'm gonna make a separate video on that, rating all the P6 characters. I still think his P6 characters were P6. His P6 skills were terrible. Other than that, he's still a solid character. There's still better options than the Jimmy, if you're to ask me, but he's still a solid character. I'm not gonna take that from him. Take that away from him. I'm sorry, I can't speak or think. Ux, for sure. I don't even gotta say too much. S tier, she's a broken character. Best shooting guard in my opinion. She stole Joey's sign with the hop step and showed Kim's sign. She stole Joey's shine with the hop step and stole her shine with the half court. Now my thing is with Kim, they nerfed her. They nerfed her because she was too powerful, and I understand that because at the time there was a defensive characters, but they go ahead and drop Ox Queen. To be honest, I think Kim is very good in today's meta, especially if you have a team around her that know what they're doing. She can strive, but again, I do wish they would revert her nerf. Other than that, though, I do think Kim is very good in today's meta. I do think they need a buff for quick jumper because it's only at a level 3. I noticed Caleb pointed that out while everybody's at least a level 5 or higher. So again, Kim could use a slight buff, nothing too crazy. Well, I'm sorry if y'all heard that. This this is really painful for me because like for those who know, I really like Mika. I really use her a lot, or not recently, but I use Mika. Mika is probably my favorite point guard. Now, the thing with Mika is, though, and I hate to say, she only strives off of her team. She's one of those characters, if you have a good team surrounded about you, then Mika is the way to go. But the only thing Mika is really providing for you is her support. And again, she's a solid shooter. I'm not going to even take that from her, but that's all she's really providing for you. I wish her defense was slightly better, then I would have raised her to B tier. But I'm really being honest with myself. I don't see myself in this situation, especially like in a high tier game. Me pulling up Mika and and cooking people. I don't see myself doing that. So I have Mika in C tier. I do wish they could. I want to say rework her, or I don't know, but I do wish they could do a little something to Mika and all the other C tier characters to make them better. Same thing with Walker. I low key wanted to throw him in B tier, but I don't think he's that good enough respectfully. I do think with his P6, let me say that with his P6, I do think he's slightly better than Noah, but it's nothing crazy. Without the P6, I'm gonna give it to Noah, but with the P6, I'll give it to Walker. But again, too, Noah, he's not a bad character whatsoever. He gets running past. I'm sorry, I'm being off topic. Either way, though, Walker, he's a C tier. I do think they could do a little more to the C tier characters. I'm not finna even speak on Big Dog. Um, Jack obviously S tier, very good offensively, very good defensively. Two-bit character, broken. They have to nerf him, and he's still pretty good. Obviously, the PC players ruined Jack. I still think they could slightly nerf him, but again, video for a different day. I was just trolling Big Dog. Again, I don't think any character is D tier, but I'm gonna express myself why I feel this way about Big Dog. Big Dog for sure, one of the best support characters, right behind Mika, maybe Ginger and Helena. But as a center, like I like the idea that he's unique, but you got characters like Camila and now Lloyd, who does what he does but more efficiently. So yeah, he's just a C tier. Again, I'm not gonna even disrespect him to the D tier, but all he really provided for you is his rebound and his passing. Like he can't do nothing much for you. So yeah, that's why he's a C tier for me. Clark B tier, he's a very fun character. I have a lot of hours on him. For those who don't know, he's my He's my most used character. So yeah, Clark is a very fun character. Only thing that's stopping him from being higher for me is because of Lou. Lou I think has the best manual dunk, and also MC has manual dunk. So yeah, his defense is good though. His rebound is good. And I think he's a fun character. Same thing, Professor. I got him B tier. Fun character. His dribbling is very fun too. I do think Carolina's a better dribbler than her, but hey, we not gonna speak on that. Yeah, Professor's a B tier for me though. He's a solid character, balanced character. He's fun. I'll be hitting crazy shots with him. Now, let me talk to y'all about this one real quick. The Carolina disrespect is so real and crazy. Like, I don't understand what Carolina did to y'all to make y'all so mad. Maybe I am being a little biased, but I'm telling myself I'm gonna try to be unbiased. Now, Carolina, and I'm being honest with myself too. I probably would have threw an air tier, but I'm just like, let me not be biased. Carolina is a very fun character to me. She's very fun and she's cool too. I like her kit. Her kit fits her. The only thing that's really holding her back is just she's layup based kind of, if you know what I mean. Like she needs people who can stretch the floor in order for her to thrive. Now, too, I feel like a lot of people hate Carolina is because they don't know how to use her. And if I'm being real with you, Carolina does take skill to her. It's more than just dribbling Carolina. If you were to ask me, for somebody who has a lot of Car a lot of hours in Carolina, but that's just personally how I feel about her. Again, story for or video, another video for a different day. He's obviously he's obviously S tier, meta character. You know, when he came, I think he's the most balanced power forward right in front of Faye. Again, he could play defense, he can shoot, he could do it all. Rebound. He's annoying too, especially when you have PC players just abusing him. So I think he's S tier. I think Will's also A tier. I kind of would have threw him S tier, but I don't think he's quite there yet. I wonder what they'll give him for his P6. Again, I'm kind of taking their P6 into accountability too, kind of, but like their P6 doesn't really change them too much. I'll talk about that a little bit later. Either way, though, I wonder what they'll give Will for his P6 whenever they do decide to give Will. I wish, again, they'll be like, this man loves manual block, but on Will, it'll be perfect because his defense is absolutely amazing and he can shoot mid range on a very high, consistent basis. Therefore, I think it'll make him a meta character once he gets his P6 if they were to give him that. Now, Deacon is pretty heartbreaking. They did nerf him very, very hard. I think out of all these characters who got nerfed, all the characters who ever got nerfed on threes, let me say that. I think Deacon got hit with it the worst, Deacon and Joey. But Deacon, he used to, when he first dropped, I would have given him S tier, but right now he's just B tier. He's just there. He's a very solid character, but he's just not like, oh, let me use Deacon in this scenario, you know? So for now, he's B tier. I do wish they would buff him slightly, at least kind of revert some of his nerfs, but now he's just a B tier for me. Same thing with Joey. My thing with Joey is he's a straight offensive point guard. His P6 is cool. I want manual block, but it's nothing game changing, you know. But back to what I was saying about him being an offensive offensive small forward. I am tweaking. I'm sorry. Offensive small forward. You got characters like Jack. Prime example, Jack and Lou. Jack and Lou have better shooting stats than Joey, for those who don't know, at least the mid range. Because Joey is a 127 and 191, and Jax is a 204, 127, 127, 204, also with Lou. So my thing is, like, they're good at defense. They're very good at defense, and they're better at offense than him. But he's just straight offense. And if you get on P6, if you want manual block, I guess he got a little defense. But even then, his defense isn't that. So my thing is, I feel like they could slightly buff his offense, at least revert his nerf, especially with characters like Ox and now Ren her side hop step. I think they could buff him. Same thing with Krista. Again, let me rant about her real quick. Krista's a C tier for me just before the simple fact that only thing she's really providing for you is defense, and there's nothing wrong with that. But you got characters like Cal, you got characters like Big Joe. Let me say this: every character minus Lee and Lloyd, every center can play defense as good, if not better than her, and they can do more than what she does because all she's really providing for you is rebound and defense. So therefore, I feel like at least they could buff her defense at least the same tier as his, maybe even higher. That sounds crazy because his defense is already pretty high, but I would love them to buff her defense and maybe even a rebound to make her way better in today's meta. Same thing with Carter. I like the idea they did with him. He's like a two-way guard, two-way guard. He's a two-way forward who can pass, but again, his defense is, at least his anti-defense is what's ruining it for me, and his jump shot animation is weird. It's easy to block. So Carter's just, he's just kind of there. So again, I think he needs a buff, slight buff. Same thing with Pedro. He's in B tier for me just for the simple fact that they nerfed him separate occasions. And the only thing that was really making him up there, at least for me, was his shadow step, but they gave it to Chloe. So that's why I got him in B tier. And his main thing again is defense, but they nerfed his defense. So that's why he's in B tier for me. Now, Sydney, with her new P6, without her P6, I'll throw her B tier, but her P6, I'm throwing her A tier. I think her P6 choices are amazing, especially with either quick jumper or blind defense. Quick jumper makes her way better at offense, more of a third on offense, and blind defense just makes her more of a third on defense. Not only that, she can shoot, and her buffs she get for her buffs, you know what I mean? Her passive buffs are amazing. So, getting her A tier. Max. Now I'm not gonna lie, I used to be a Max hater, but I've been using him a lot recently. And he's actually pretty solid. He's actually pretty solid. His defense is cool. His rebound is not bad. Max is a solid, and his upper is still. Only thing I would love to see on Max get changed is his speed block. But other than that, he's a overall solid character. So I'm not gonna get on him like that. Big Joe, I don't understand why not that many people don't use Big Joe anymore. I think he's low key underrated. I think he's very good. His rebound is high, his defense is high, his dunk is pretty annoying, and he can shoot when built right. So it's kind of amazes me. I don't see too many people use Big Joe. Now, Rebecca, this is kind of hard for me. I low key wanted to throw her in S tier, especially with her P6. I might change this later. I still got to think it through, but I think Rebecca is a very good small forward. S tier, that's kind of questionable. She is very annoying, especially with her stats being the way they are. It is kind of crazy. I'm just trying to picture if her stats were higher, like on par with like maybe Jack or even her sisters, how good she would be. But now she's A tier. She's a very good small forward. I think she's top four, top three. No, Amanda, I got her in B tier. Amanda's a very good small forward. I think she's underrated. I think she could be used more. I'm not gonna lie, I used to use Amanda a lot, but I stopped using her. Only thing that's really holding her back for me is her defense. But other than that, she could shoot very consistently on a very good basis. It's just her defense, really. She's like a Kim, but for small forwards. Now, Ginger again. I like Ginger a lot, but Ginger for me, there's a couple things that really throws me in C tier for her. One is the way she shoots. The way she shoots, it's easy to block, right? Another thing is her P5 move. Her P5 move is absolutely terrible. I don't understand. They need to rework that. And her P6 is absolutely terrible. They just did her dirty. So she's in C tier for me. Other than that, she can shoot. She's a great support character, but that's all she's really doing for you. You can easily lock up a Ginger, unfortunately, and that's painful. Ren, B tier for me. Her P6 is cool. I would have raised her to A tier, but she's still a B tier character for me for her P5 move. Now, her P5 move is great, but it's too easy to block, especially if you got characters like Jack, Lou, whoever. It's easy to stop, so I got her B tier. Now, Lee, I have him A tier, and I do think Lee could be a meta changing character. I just wish they could slightly, I want to say buff him because that's crazy. I think Lee is cool as he is. I would like to see a slight, I can't stress this enough, like don't think I'm crazy. I would like to see like a slight buff to maybe his rebound or his shooting, because all he really is providing for you is just shooting, which is perfectly fine. He could shoot, he could play a little defense, he could grab rebounds, and again, he could stretch the floor for you, which is amazing. So I do think Lee is A tier and he can shift the meta low key. Jason, I got a Jason to B tier. I'm not gonna hate on him too hard. I don't like Jason too much. He used to be cool when he first came out, but again, he's dropping characters like Blue, Jack, Jesse, people with manual block. It's kind of easy to stop a Jason, but now he does make up with it with his double clutch. So I'll give him that B tier. Knowing that he's kind of fun to play at times. Same thing with Fred. They're like the same. I do think Fred is slightly better, especially when it comes to shooting. But overall, these two pretty much the same character if you ask me. Camila, I do think Camila's the best center. I think she's the best all around center. She could do anything. Well, let me re-say that. She could play defense. She could shoot. Yeah, she could do anything. So I do think she's the best center. I do, again, y'all might think I'm crazy for that, but I got her. I do want to see like a slight buff to her shooting, just a slight. I know that's crazy, but still. Got Murdoch in B tier. All he really is doing for you is defense, which ain't nothing wrong with that. But they keep nerfing him. They nerfed his speed. They nerfed his rebound and his what did they nerf? His mid range. So yeah, I got him in B tier. Got Saru in A tier. I do think when utilized right too, Saru's a very dangerous character, especially if you're running the room and you got people who know how to space the floor. Saru is a very good character. A lot of people hate on him. I'm not gonna speak of that though. Faye, I got Faye in S tier. Maybe I'm being a little biased, and I do not care. I think she is her. Very good rebound, very good shooter. Her defense is questionable. We get her a P6. See, let me say this: her P6 makes her S tier. Without P6, I would have threw her in A tier, but for sure S tier. So Faye, very good character. She is kind of undersized, but hey, it's cool. Her rebound is very solid. I got Luther in C tier. I think Luther needs to rework to his kit. The only thing he's really provided for you is his defense and rebounds again. Ain't nothing wrong with that, but you got characters who can do what he does, like him and him, but way better. And not only that, almost every center minus her is a better rebounder than him. So I would like to see above Sashi work to Luther. So for now, he's just a C tier for me. Please, please don't come at me. Nadia is questionable for me. She's like between a B and an A tier for me, but I'm gonna throw her in A tier. Maybe. I would like to see a slight buff to her 3 point, like a 114 3 pointer is crazy to me on the shooting guard. But overall, she's a great two-way shooting guard, especially her dunk. Her dunk is annoying if you don't know how to block it. But yeah, Nadia's cool. Now, Helena's a B tier for me. I might get some question marks for this one. Only reason she's not raised as high, at least to A tier, is because she's kind of like Mika. Let me re-say this though. Let me re-say this. She's kind of like Mika. She strives off of her team. In order for Helena to be like her top tier, she needs her team around her. Now again, Helena is very good at defense, very good at supporting her team, solid shooter. So she's B tier for me. Obviously, Lou's S tier. I think Lou's probably the best character in the game. I know that's a crazy statement, but she's the best all-around player. I feel like she's capable of guarding everybody, everybody on this list. I know that's crazy, but Lou, good character, very good on offense, very good on defense, not too much broken. She is very annoying, but again, not too crazy. Same thing with Ayla, S tier. I don't even gotta say too much. Y'all know why. Ayla is crazy, especially when she dropped her Sham God. Her Sham God, I think that's what makes her so crazy because that move is so annoying. But overall, she's a very good two-way point guard. I wish they were to do that with Nadia. Either way, though, very good. I can't even speak. Very good two-way point guard. Very good at defense. Very good at offense. And very good at passing. I like her passing skill. Her passing skill is very good. Also with Chloe, shifted the meta with her half court P buffs. Crazy, same thing. She does everything she does, but the only thing difference between those two is her. Actually, her still is higher, but she gets shadow still, and her quick jumper is different. Either way, though, I think she's S tier. I got Double D at A tier. I think Double D. I got Double D over these two, these three, because of his defense and his offense. His defense is better than both of these two, minus Murdoch. And his offense is better. At least his dunk. His dunk is cool, and I like his P5 dunk. Do wish they'll buff his balance because his dunk is slowly off of balance, and his balance is really not that high, at least for big. So yeah, overall he's an A tier for me. Same thing with MC. Only reason I have him S tier is because like if you got somebody like Jack, not only that, if you know how to read MC, he's not too hard to stop. He's just really annoying, especially with his pull-up jumper, which is crazy. But he's a great shooter, great dunker, and he has a pass whenever he tries to, you know, overall it is hard to stop MC. Now I was thinking long and hard about this. I had to record this a couple times. I was thinking long and hard about this, but I got her S tier. I do think she's the third. I think she's better than her sister, obviously better than Saru and Will. I think she's the third best small forward. Great defense, great offense, great at supporting her team. Rebound is not that high, but she still can grab rebounds for you on occasions. So yeah, Jesse's a great small forward. Think she's low key. I wouldn't even say underrated because I do see a lot of people use her, but I just don't. I'm just amazed not that many PC players used her. And last but not least, we got Lloyd. Now my thing with Lloyd is he would be S tier for me, but the only thing that's really holding him back is his speed and his defense. His speed and his defense is what's holding him back. Now, if they was to give him like Mario block, I probably would have thrown him in S tier, but even then, his defense is still pretty bad as a center, and his speed too. But again, he can shoot very good, I guess. My Lloyd misses a lot, so I could even tell you. and he's a very good rebounder too. So I'm not gonna take it from him. And he also passed the ball very good. So Lloyd is A tier for me. So, but yeah, that's pretty much the gist of my video. Tell me how y'all feel about this tier list. This is how I rank all the characters. Some of y'all might disagree with me. That's perfectly fine. But again, this is just how I feel about them. I was kind of waiting to do this because I feel like they're gonna drop a new character in December, and I might wait to do the P6 because Lulu's coming pretty soon, and again, new character in December. So who knows? I might remake the video at the beginning of the new year, so y'all stay tuned for that. But again, I appreciate y'all. If y'all new to the channel, please sub and leave a like.